I'm a little late with this Absolu d'Orient line from Guerlain. I started a feew years back with Oud Essentiel. I knew it was getting discontinued at the time, so I snatched that one up. It was my first one of the line. I'm happy I got it at that time. Very scarce to have now in 2020. Then I leapfrogged a bunch of them and I got their leather-based one, the newest one, the cuir. And now I'm going back in time and starting to collect the ones that I missed, the ones in the middle. And this is one of them. This is the Oud one, Oud Essentiel. Now let's see what Wasser did with this one and the note of oud. Keep it tuned in. Fragrance family, welcome to the Robes 08 channel. I'm your host, Mark. Today we're unboxing and giving a first impression of Oud Essentiel by Guerlain. Now this isn't Wasser's strength as far as oud goes. No, I really think this was something that he had to do for the line, for the brand. This is really not his strength, but I wanted to see, and I'm very much intrigued by perfumiers, especially ones that have an extensive resume, to kind of see what they do outside of their box, of what they're comfortable playing with. And I'm really interested in seeing what Wasser did with oud. Now, if you're new here, thanks for watching. Subscribe, support the channel, hit that bell so you don't miss a thing that is going to be new on the channel. I'm also all over social media under my Robes 08 YouTube name, so you can keep tabs behind the scenes stuff, including my center of the day post on Instagram, new purchases that I throw out there on Facebook and Instagram, and what I'm actually working on for the channel, so you know what's coming up on the YouTube channel. Now, if you do have a Facebook account, great, you can follow me there. But on Facebook, I also have a Facebook group called Fragrance Guru Nation, FGN for short. We're up to 18,000 members, and we discuss fragrances, new releases, so you'll be updated with what's coming out. People buy, sell, swap fragrances too, so you can get stuff on the cheap end of things too. And if you're a frag head, you should be on Fragrance Guru Nation to just be up to date with all the news out there. Now on to the meat and potatoes of this video, which is, of course, let's discuss Oud Essentiel by Guerlain 2017 release. Now, after Oud Essentiel, Santal Royal, came Oud Essentiel. I still need to get my paws on the Santal, which I hear is fabulous. It's actually, from what I hear, one of the best of the line, and I need to get my paws on it. But I'm super happy that I got the discontinued Ambre in my collection, and of course the Cuir, and now the Oud. So let's hope the Oud is a solid one. All the chatter is that this is Santal Royal, but inferior. Synthetic, terrible oud. So it has really a mountain to climb here, because in my head right now, there's not much positive feedback in regards to this release online from what I've seen. Again, I haven't checked out every blogger or everything about this fragrance, at least not yet. So obviously it's going to be an Oriental fragrance, and Wasser is known for Orientals. Yeah, he can do his thing. And this one has oud, leather. It does have some cedar, some incense, some smoke in here. But what grabbed my attention in the note breakdown most notably was that this release here had the three-headed monster when we talk about ouds, which is rose, oud, saffron. Is this going to be a redundant fragrance in my collection? I have at least 3 dozen, and I'm not kidding, of rose, oud, saffron based scents, which vary from having, you know, a large rose note to a faint oud, to a bigger oud, to a faint rose, saffron, and so on and so forth, with a melange of different things that try to mix things up a little bit. You could kind of say that rose, oud, saffron fragrances are kind of boring now. And a lot of people don't like oud anymore. It's just overplayed. So now this is, of course, my first dip into this release. This is a fragrance that I've never smelt before. As far as the correlation with the green bottle and oud, I don't know. For me, an oud bottle would get a black bottle, but I know Santal already had that trumped. So I guess they went with the green, which is probably the next logical choice. So let's sniff this one out, and I'm going to tell you my first impression. Again, on a piece of paper. I'm wearing something else today for a fragrance review, as I always do. So this is just an unboxing and a first impression. It'll get a pop the cherry fairly soon. So let's delve into this one. Let's sniff this one. Again, a tester from fragrancebuy.ca. So let's sniff this one out. The leather cord here is very strong. Leather, a little bit of bite from the saffron. And I'm getting the rose that giving you a soft, almost like a creamy feel to the release. I'm not getting much oud off this strip. Leather, saffron, rose. Now, I know this is not the first foray of Guerlain into oud. There's Rose Nacré, which is really has some good oud in there. This one, it's warm. The blend is outstanding already off the strip. I can tell that there's a lot of variance in this release, which is going to keep me entertained, at least on a strip. Usually that's a telltale sign on a strip. If it's going to give you a few nuances on the strip, it's going to do it on your skin. It has almost like a leathery, piney feel, and maybe hence that's a little bit of that greenness in here. I don't think there's Gaiac wood in this release as far as the no breakdown, no pine. So right now, not very oud centric to my nose. More saffron, rose, and leather to me. We'll see what we get, but saffron kick is really nice in this release. Just real talk. Real good saffron. That leathery combo, not too smoky. I know there's incense in here, so that would give it a little bit of the smoke. But it's warm, it's dusty, it's very Middle Eastern, definitely. It's got that rose. The rose is really good, but it's soft. It's not I would have to say it's more about the blend in this release than a particular note. The one out of the big three that's really pushing through, I'll be honest, is the saffron, and that's usually the wild card. It usually doesn't push that much in these kind of releases. It really is the third party. You know, it's the outsider of the rose and the oud. But in here, it really is dancing with the rose, with the leather going, hey, can I join in? And the oud is hardly there as far as the strip goes. So I'm assuming it's going to have that oud coming through more into the dry down of the release. I'm looking forward to, again, it's a warm, spicy, oriental release. I absolutely love my dark horses of fragrances, and this one's right up my alley. So overall, as an oud-based scent, huge disappointment already off the strip. Again, it may be a different story on skin. We'll see. Dry down may show a lot more oud than anything, and then we'll be happy. So disappointment in that side, but thinking as far as the whole blend of the release, the blend's outstanding. Wassa, you do your thing with your orientals. You're pretty good at those. Warm, woody, spicy, and a little bit of softness from the rose. Really well blended. Works so well together. Absolutely like this one. So at the end of the day, a good release from Guerlain. Can't wait to do my Pop the Cherry video on this one to let you know a lot more about this release. Now that you heard my take on Oud Essentiel, I'd love to see yours in the comments below. Again, from what I've seen online, more negative than positive. Maybe I have to do a little more research, but I guess I'm a little bit against the grain from what I've smelt. Maybe it's because there's not enough oud in this release for some people. For me, I can't wait to delve into it, put it on skin, see if I get that oud. I'm assuming it's going to be a westernized oud, but at the same time, I like the start of it. It's a good building block for me to see where this one's going to go, and I'm interested in seeing where it's going to go. So as always, a greater pour fragrance will make a lasting impression. Choose your scent wisely. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.